Hey everybody, welcome back to Hacking the Headlines. So I wanted to go through the Super Bowl halftime show here because I thought there was a lot there. Now I did a video on it before it even happened, which kind of ties into all of it, but after I watched it, I wanted to break it down more for you guys. And I heard some people online saying that they didn't think there was much symbolism there and that possibly it was being used as like a bait and switch to make the movement look bad, make us expect a lot of Illuminati symbolism and then don't do it. But I could not disagree more with that. It was a gigantic satanic ritual in plain sight as usual. And I mean, maybe the symbolism wasn't as overt as it's been in other years, but still it was drenched in it. So of course it was Justin Timberlake performing, and it starts out with him dancing with a girl in the black and white. They always have to throw the black and white in there, representing the Masonic temple and the has above, so below. It's literally in everything they do. But then after that, he starts walking towards a giant staircase and starts walking up the steps towards the light of illumination, towards the eye of Lucifer, the all-seeing eye, okay? And anyone who has studied Masonic symbolism, you know that the staircase is one of their most important symbols because it represents the different steps a person takes while going through their initiation process, going towards the hidden knowledge of Lucifer. And I mean, it's more than obvious. I'll put a side-by-side up so you can see the comparison there. But yeah, I mean, he was also wearing the orange bandana, which I know a lot of people will think I'm reaching with this, but nothing they do is on accident, and the orange is the most important color to the occult. It's the only color that equals 33 in gematria. October is the only month that equals 33 in gematria, orange being associated with October. But then after that, he goes on to perform with a giant projection of Prince on a giant veil, which is supposedly to replace a hologram that he was going to perform with. But he didn't perform with a hologram because there was an interview with Prince from 1998 where Prince said that would be extremely demonic and he would never want anybody to do that with him because he is not a demon. That's what he said. So they did a projection of him on a giant veil while singing I Would Die For You. And it's kind of funny because I brought that up in the video I did before this even aired and why that song is so significant to them. And this was pretty much just a gigantic ritual for Prince, for being such a good puppet for them for so many years. And like I said in the other video, I think Prince is still alive. And there's a lot of reasons I think that, which I'll get into in just a minute. I'll show you why I think he is still alive and why I think that he faked his death. But before I get into why I think Prince faked his death, I just want to point out the purple symbolism as well. Now, I know people will say, oh, that's just Prince's color, but no, it's very important to the occult. Of course, representing the combination of the red and the blue that we see everywhere, color-coded into our society. Like the Republican and Democrat Party, red and blue, Pepsi and Coca-Cola, red and blue, the pills from the Matrix, red and blue, cop lights on the top of a cop car, red and blue. There's red and blue Mason lodges. So, I mean, it just goes on and on. But that's why they do the purple. It represents the bloodlines that are actually responsible for the New World Order. But yeah, then after that, at the very last scene with Prince being projected onto the veil representing the veil between the spiritual and physical realm that these people are so obsessed with. And the very last shot is of Prince with a very noticeable devil's tail. And I know people say I'm reaching with that too, but nope, nothing they do is an accident, and it was definitely deliberate. And like I was saying, I think it's really funny that I brought up this I Would Die For You song before the Super Bowl show even aired, and that's the song they ended up playing because I was saying how important this song is to them and that it marks Prince for the Illuminati sacrifice that he was. And even if you don't want to believe that he faked his death like I do, this song absolutely proves beyond any doubt 100% that his death was planned out 30 years in advance. So I'm going to include a clip from the other video I did just to explain why it's proof of that. He had a single back from 1984, so this goes to show you how long these things are planned out in advance, and it was titled, "I Would Die For You." I would die for you. And he died on 4/21. So U is the 21st letter of the alphabet, okay? And this song that came out in 1984 was titled, "I Would Die For You," 4/21, and that's the day he dies. Like, that can't be a coincidence, obviously. You know, this is how they do it, and this is how they code their little, you know, celebrity sacrifices and stuff. Okay, so I mean, if you can write that off as a coincidence, then you must be one of those crazy coincidence theorists, because there is no way that he wrote a song called "I Would Die For You," 4-letter U, and then he dies on 4/21. But anyway, just to move on with the performance here. So at the very end, the last part of it, Justin Timberlake is in a giant ritual circle. He's in the middle of a giant ritual circle, and everybody around him is holding broken pieces of a mirror. So again, the mirror is very symbolic to the occult, one of their most important symbols. They use it all the time, and it represents their rituals that they do with mirrors. It says here, scrying is something all witches learn from a very tender age. It means to perceive or to reveal. To scry, you need a reflective surface to gaze into. This can be a crystal ball, a mirror, a candle flame, or water. That's what they use the mirror for, and they also use it to represent the shattering of their MKUltra mind control slaves' personalities. And we can see this again and again and again with Illuminati puppets being shown with the broken glass symbolism. So it's no surprise there was a bunch of people holding up broken pieces of glass, standing in a giant ritual circle. And I know I'll probably have some people come to the video saying that Justin Timberlake isn't satanic and he's not part of the industry, or he's fighting back against them, or whatever. But no, I can guarantee you he's satanic, just like everyone else is in the industry who makes it that big. As you can see, this is a quote from one of his songs. "All you people out there, Satan is my master. He has always been." So no argument. He is admitting it. Satan is his master. This is from a song that Justin Timberlake wrote. And if that wasn't enough, of course, he has the album Magic, always about magic, always about performing spells on people. And he's doing the 666 hand sign over the all-seeing eye of Lucifer. Not only on one album, but it's on 2 albums. So yeah, just anybody who comes here to say Justin Timberlake isn't part of it, you know, just save your breath, because yeah, he is. But yeah, that was pretty much the Super Bowl performance there. But just to get into a little bit, I wanted to get into this of why I think Prince faked his death. And there's a lot of reasons for this. I'm just going to go over a couple of them because there's not enough time to go over all of them. But if the "I would die for you" thing wasn't suspicious enough, just take a listen to some of these interviews from his sister.
When your brother passed away, what was that like for you?
It wasn't hard at all. It wasn't hard at all. It was a 2-second phone call. He's gone. I had been preparing for 2 years, so I knew that it was coming. I had been preparing for 2 years, so I knew that it was coming.
What does that mean?
He said it a couple of years ago.
What would he say?
What he said was, "I've done everything that I've come to do."
Okay, so not only did you hear Prince's sister say that it wasn't hard at all when her brother died, but she was also preparing for it for 2 years because Prince told her it was going to happen. But then she goes on to say this, too.
The one thing you miss most about your brother?
I don't miss anything. I don't miss anything. To me, he's still with me.
Okay, so let me get this straight. It wasn't hard for her when her brother died. She knew it was going to happen because her brother told her it was going to happen, and she doesn't miss him at all. But then she goes on to say this.
Walking around in here, it feels like your brother.
Yeah.
He's still here.
He's still here. He's still here.
Yeah, he is still here because he faked his death, and that's why his sister doesn't miss him, and that's why it wasn't hard for her, and that's why he told her well in advance that it was going to happen. So, I mean, those are just some examples of why I think Prince faked his death. But there was also this, which I found really strange. This is from the channel Mr. E, and he did a video quite a while ago showing there was a really weird appearance by this so-called Taika person, Prince's sister, and it did not look like Taika. It looked like someone with very bad makeup on, and the speech this person gave, who was supposed to be Taika, Prince's sister, there was just something very off about it. So I will leave a link to Mr. E's video in the description. I'm not going to go over all of it, but you can kind of see just in the side by side here how there's something up. Something's not right. So yeah, it's his theory that this is actually Prince in makeup. Now I don't know about that, but I certainly wouldn't put it past them to do this kind of stuff. And there's a lot of other celebrities with very similar circumstances when after they die, their family members are caught on tape saying very weird things like, I don't miss them, or they're still here, and just with a very weird affect. So, I mean, that's why I think a lot of these celebrity sacrifices, they're just faking their deaths, or they're being told to fake their deaths, I should say, at a very particular time. And who knows what happens to him after that. But I do not think Prince died. I think he faked his death and he got a good laugh at all his fans. So, I mean, in the last video I did, I got a couple comments like this one, you know, saying Prince was one of the good ones. He exposed the industry. You know, you don't know him at all. And I just don't understand how people can think this way. They just did a giant ritual around this man at the Super Bowl, which is watched by the most people out of anything out of the year. And it was all about him. So there is no way, if he really did try to expose their secrets and work against the industry, there is no way he would be the main show at the 2018 Super Bowl. It's something called controlled opposition, and they let a lot of their celebrity puppets speak out against their so-called secrets in a very controlled way, so that you people think that you guys have a hero in the industry, that there's some people actually working against it, when nope, nobody's working against it in the industry. They're all working for it, and they're all being told what to do like the good little puppets that they are. So Prince was certainly not a hero. He wasn't working against the industry. He was taking orders the entire time. And like I said, he never would have been spotlighted at this year's Super Bowl if it wasn't for him being such a good puppet for them for so many years. So that's it, guys. Just wanted to go through all that. Hopefully you got something out of it. But I'll be making another video very soon, so please make sure you are subscribed to the channel and make sure you hit that like button on your way out. Thanks for watching, everybody, and hope everyone's doing well.